From these islands westward into the delta, it's just shallow water habitat for and spawning grounds for fishes, shellfishes, crabs. It's just tremendous submerged grass beds behind the islands and in the protection of the islands, and then the marsh here, and then frontal beach, nice frontal beach for turtles. We have oil that's come into the bay through 7 layers of boom. Yeah, you know, well, you go out there and pick it up and it doesn't even have a skirt on it. There were times when this whole bay looked just like that. When there's an environmental problem, people call me, but they come up to me and say, what can we do, what can we do? And I start talking about personal things they can do, and they look at me and say, well, that's not going to make any difference. I mean, just talking about, like, you know, eating local food and driving less, and just got to get off the plastic, you know, anything oil related. And as far as I'm concerned, there are children to arm with the information. I mean, I don't use the word arm lightly. But they need to be informed, but they need to be, we, my age, my generation, and the generations before, there's a lot of oil in here, guys. We have got to be, you know, held accountable. And it has to be photo documented. There's no question, because we live by the visual now. That's for the vessels of opportunity effort, you know, with all the booming and like, you know, all the vessels they've hired down here, which was over 600 just in the state of Alabama at one time. I don't know about here, but some of these guys were getting $2,000 a day, like that big boat right there, $2,000 a day to sit there. It hasn't been very well organized, and the boom has been absolutely ineffective. I'd say 100% ineffective. I never saw a boom that was catching oil that did not have oil on the other side of it. See the boom all up in the marsh? Definitely that marsh had been oiled. A lot of boom. What they say, 11 million feet of boom were put out. Now, that's pretty amazing. Oil on the beach, solid oil behind that boom. You see the coloration? That's all oiled, heavily oiled marsh. Heavily oiled. There's floating oil there. Heavy, heavy oil. Oh, it's all gone. Right. Look at it all coming off the shore here right below us. You see all that sheen? Did you see that? If you could just imagine an entire ocean reflecting back up at you, that's what it looked like out there, flying 100 miles offshore, and that would start about 2 miles offshore and go all the way to the source. Just unbelievable.